What's going on is people end up in hospital and they struggle to breathe. And what's going on when you are getting to the hospital? They put you on a respiratory machine, and then they try to give you some drugs. What those drugs and the machine is doing is try to support your lungs and try to support your diaphragm so that your immune system can do its work. All they do with these machines is try to relieve the lungs so that your body can do the work. Unfortunately, at no point, whether it's during a confinement or when people are sick, they are told how to actually be empowered with this practice. Why do we just surrender to some doctors that think they're going to know better how our own machine works? And at no point we're being told how to take care of ourselves. So my intention for this hour and a half is to empower you with explanation of how your respiratory system works so that you stop being scared. So that you start saying, hey, you know what? No, I understand it. I'm gonna be fine because I know what to do. I'm training myself. I've got these tools. And once I'm empowered with that, then I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be happy because it's an incredible time. I'm here in Bali, I'm loving it. I see birds and I see the bright side of the situation, yeah? Because I'm not scared, because I know that in the eventuality of being affected by the virus, I'm a professional at my own body. I know exactly what I should be doing. And that's exactly my intention for today. So I'm not entering a debate on what's going on around the world. I happily share that as well, but that's not the goal today. I just have an hour and a half. So I really want to keep it extremely practical. You know, we have different sets of muscles and we all focus on the ones that we see, but the ones we never focus on are our lungs and our diaphragm. But they're the most important muscles in the body. The diaphragm is your biggest muscle, most important one, but we never train it. So having a daily practice of stretching the diaphragm, stretching the lungs, giving them, expanding their capacity is all you need to be able to go through this situation. What's happening when you have this coronavirus is it looks like a high altitude sickness. You know, you struggle to breathe. That's exactly what's happening when you climb a mountain, you go to the Everest, you struggle to breathe. So there are practical exercises, some that we're going to do today, that can actually help you, empower you so that you know what to do when you go into altitude and all of a sudden there is less air available, less oxygen available, and you struggle to breathe, but you know what to do. So this is extremely essential. And to be honest, I'm again stoked that all they tell you is to wash your hands and stay home. And that's pretty much it. And at no point they tell you how to actually protect yourself preemptively and how to deal with it in the eventuality that you're getting affected. Before I go into the specifics of the breathing technique, I just want to share a few key tips around lifestyle that are not out there and that are so important that I feel compelled to share them. So it's not exactly the topic. So what's happening with this coronavirus? This coronavirus likes dry air and cold environment. Those are the two things that in general help spread a virus. That's why the virus is entering through the coldest part of the body, the nose, the mouth. It's called the heat exchange part of the body. When you have the virus entering your body, what's happening? The autoimmune reaction of the body is a fever, heating the body, increasing the temperature of the body. That's how you kick out the virus. Yeah, any virus. I'm not talking about coronavirus. Any virus, any attack, any infection. Yeah, that's the autoimmune reaction of the body. So what I invite you to do is to fake it. Every day, I have a practice of boiling water, because that's what I have here, and I do inhalation of essential oil. And this is moisturizing my nose, moisturizing my mouth. It's also it's actually increasing the temperature. And that's something that is clearing bacteria and viruses, all of them, regardless. This is a healthy, that's why check Finland. Finland has a sauna and a hammam culture. They are managing very well the coronavirus. And what do they say? I'm from France. You know what they say in France? Stay indoor. That's the worst thing for a viral infection. Stay indoor. Do not exercise. You're not allowed to go outside and exercise. So you're stuck at home. I mean, it's completely the opposite of what we should be doing. So we are completely not supporting our own health on that journey. Yeah. So the idea is that you can go. So now you can artificially heat up your body. So drink hot teas, put boil water like the grandma and put a towel over your head and heat yourself. And if you have the first symptoms, say, oh my God, I think I feel sick. Right there, hack a fever, hack yourself. Yeah. So that was a tip that I don't see enough, but the whole idea of understanding the power of the heat and artificially heating body, pretty important. The breath is the most important thing you can learn. It's the connecting mechanism between what's going on in your brain, what's going on in your body. It regulates all your organs. So understanding and spending just an hour and a half, a little bit understanding and then practicing breath work is pretty essential. And starting your day, regulating the whole machine is pretty mind-blowing. Yeah, in whichever culture you take, the Ayurvedic, the Chinese, they all say the same thing. We all say the same thing. When you have that ability to connect with yourself, realign, you can call it chakras or meridian points, all of a sudden you are able to operate from your body, no more, not from your head anymore. The problem with operating from your head is that you are not in charge of it. What you're watching on TV and the news and your culture, the French are like this and the Balinese are like that. It's the conditioning. And right now what's going on is we are being conditioned. We're being conditioned with all the information that we receive so that we are going into one direction with the way we should react. When you do that, you're just surrendering. Once you learn to connect to your breath, you bypass the brain, you bypass the conditioning, and you go to your body, your intuition, your gut feeling, things that seems right. How many times did you do something and then you said, you know what? I knew from the beginning it was a mistake. I got married for 20 years and I knew from the day one that it was not the right match. Or I took that job because of this reason and that reason and I knew it was a mistake. But I still did it. I still did it. That's the conditioning. That's the brain operating. That's when you make the decision from the brain. So right now, with all the things that are happening, the one thing you can be sure of, you cannot trust your brain. You are not able to trust your brain. So the one way to bypass the brain is connecting through the body. Yeah, and breath work is the shortcut. It's meditation for the people who don't know how to meditate. That's how powerful these practices are. It gets you to actually find a shortcut to your soul, to actually feel, oh my God, this is what I want. And you can apply that to everything. Do you want to, you meet someone, you pause, you breathe, you feel, do I want more of that person in my life? Your body knows. Your brain, you cannot trust. You're going to have all your traumas of your parents and all the stories of past relationships that are going to bypass, and then they're going to make you make the wrong decision again and again and again until you say stop. And the way to say stop is to go back to the body. And that's exactly what we're doing. So not only you're going to learn a practical way to boost your immune system, and I will explain to you the science of how you boost your immune system with it, but you will also be able to operate in integrity with the only person you need to be in integrity with, which is yourself. And then after that, you will make all the decisions you want based on what you believe, not what some podcasters or government or whoever you listen to and that says you need to listen. Listen to one person and one person only, and that's yourself. And breath work is the way to do that, is a way to bypass the conditioning. Yeah, so that's that aspect. Now let me a little bit explain the science of what we're doing. In a nutshell, through breath work, I'm going to allow you to enter a meditative state. I'm going to give you a practical way to slow down your brain waves. Right now, you're operating in beta. You're fully awake. You're thinking about seven things at the same time. When you're watching the news, the stress is coming in. You activate your fight, flight, freeze mode. Your sympathetic nervous system is pumped because you have to stay alive. Yeah. And what it does, it goes into high beta. Brain waves go super fast. When you are in high beta, when you're in high stress, you cannot take care of yourself, you cannot restore yourself, you cannot regroup, you cannot make the right decisions, you are not able to think straight. Yeah. So the whole idea of this practice is to give you a practical way so that you can slow down these brain waves. Yeah. I want you to go to a place where you are between dream and reality. This is where your brain waves enter alpha, slowing it down, and even theta. That's where between dream and sleep. And I'm not completely awake. I'm not completely asleep. I didn't have my coffee yet. Don't talk to me, or I need to go to sleep now. This is where your brains are so slow that you can condition yourself. If you were with a hypnotherapist, he would be able to manipulate you. He would be able to tell you, no, you're a rabbit and go eat the grass. And you would do that. That's how powerful getting a patient into theta does. What I'm inviting you to do is to do it to yourself. So what we're going to do in about half an hour when we will do the breathing, I'm going to ask you to set an intention for yourself. Maybe it's a mantra that you're going to repeat during the breathing. Maybe it's I call it BS, a belief system that you want to shift. Maybe you think I'm not enough, and you're going to tell yourself I am enough. Maybe you think you're sick at the moment. You say I am healthy. And what you're going to do with this mantra, as you're slowing down your brain waves, you're going to reprogram the system. You're going to go to the deepest part of your brain and you're going to reprogram it. It's that easy. It doesn't take years of therapy. You just need the access to it. You just needed the right tool to bypass the conditioning, bypass the conscious mind, and be able to tap into it. And that's what breathwork is all about. Breathwork was invented when illegal LSD and all the drugs were started to be illegal in the States. Yeah, it's a way for therapists to access the deepest part of the brain of patients so they can heal them. That's why breathwork is. Breathwork gets you to go to an altered state, gets you to go to places where you didn't think was possible. And this is available every morning to you when you lay down on your yoga mat. And you do just 15, 20 minutes of that. Yeah, that's exactly and I will tell you exactly the science of it so you understand it, so that when you do it, you don't even think, well, do I believe in that anymore? That's my intention. Okay, so we are gonna start by doing 2 minutes, 30 to 40 connected breath. It's 100% inhale and a relaxed exhale. Yeah. For those of you who are familiar with breath work, so you get the context, I'm mixing 3 practitioners, Wim Hof, Dr. Joe Dispenza, and Eckhart Tolle's inner body meditation. So you get the context of what I'm talking about if you're educated on these topics. Yeah. So we're starting with the Wim Hof connected breathing. So we're doing 100% inhale and relax exhale. It's full range of breathing. You're doing starting with the diaphragm, the belly, and then going to the up to the chest and then the head. Belly, chest, head. What's very important is you connect the inhale and the exhale. You don't stop at the top, you don't stop at the bottom. Yeah, so you do that. It doesn't really matter if you do it through the nose or through the mouth. You get more through the mouth than through the nose, but you can check what feels right. By the way, the mouth breathing is more related to the sympathetic nervous system. When I'm stressed, I do something like that. When I'm in love, I do something like that. Yeah, so you want to relax, you want to prolong your exhale. A longer exhale, whether it's through the nose or through the mouth, even better through the nose, is gonna activate your parasympathetic nervous system. It's gonna calm you down. Hey, by the way, that's why you like singing and whistling. Yeah, because what you do when you sing or you whistle, you're blocking the airway and you're prolonging your exhale. We do a lot of things intuitively, but we don't know why we're happy. That's why, chanting Om, what I'm doing when I do an Om, I'm prolonging an exhale. Yeah, so there is a science behind all these things. Yeah, so yeah, interesting, isn't it? So now we are doing this connecting breathing. What we are doing, when I take an inhale, I get oxygen in. When I take an exhale, I get CO2 out. Oxygen in, CO2 out. Oxygen in, CO2 out. I'm increasing my oxygen level. Actually, you're not increasing it that much. That's a misconception. you're already your blood is already saturated at 95% just by resting right now. So you're bringing it up to 100% saturation. So, but the interesting part is not the oxygen level, it's the CO2 level. You're dropping your CO2. So oxygen goes up as I do this, and my CO2 goes down. You will feel a tingling sensation in your extremities as you do this, yeah? This is normal. This is the blood, the CO2 that is leaving your veins, and that's completely normal and completely safe. Yeah. Another thing that you might experience is your fingers are going to go like this, clinging. You might feel dizzy, lightheaded. Yeah, that's the lack of CO2. So you just want to keep it to a safe zone. Some people might pass out when they do this breathing technique. That's why I ask you to be on a yoga mat. That's a safe space. If you're doing it while you're swimming, or if you're driving, you might hit a car or drown. So this is a safety announcement. Do not ever practice this somewhere else, but on a yoga mat or in a sitting environment, but really comfortable one. Yeah, that's people die of this practice every year because they don't respect that, and they take a bath and then do some breathing in the bath. So do not do that. Very serious. Okay, so that's the controlled hyperventilation. Now, why is it so magical? Oxygen in, CO2 out. I'm increasing the pH of my blood, alkalining my blood. Yeah. My pH, you can measure it with a pH strip. We can do that through Zoom or Instagram. Will increase from 7.38 at the rest on average to 7.7. That's a lot in just 15 minutes of this controlled hyperventilation. So you're alkalining your blood. What do the doctor tell you when you're stressed? Go and relax, go in nature, eat green vegetables. Why? Because this is alkalining your blood. All disease, diabetes, autoimmune disease, cancer, they develop in an acidic environment. Your virus will thrive in an acidic environment. So relaxing the body is a pretty damn good idea to prevent most illnesses. All right, second thing that is really awesome, and Wim Hof is an amazing guy because he's checked himself against science for everything he's doing. So everything I share, by the way, is 100% science-backed. Yeah, I will tell you, whenever it's not 100% science-backed, I will be extremely explicit about it. So what's happening when I do? I'm mimicking a panic attack, this hyperventilation that we have in nature when a lion is entering the room. Yeah. So I'm releasing adrenaline and endorphin artificially without a trigger. The adrenaline and endorphin are the tools that trigger the autoimmune response in the body. When I have an attack, a virus, a bacteria, it affects my adrenal gland that release the adrenaline, and the adrenaline is sending the signal to get the immune response. Fever, vomiting, shivering, all these secondary line of defense of the immune system is activated with the adrenal gland. But what I'm doing is I'm triggering it. It's been measured. It's the same level of adrenaline and endorphin as if you're about to jump from a bridge. But I'm laying down on my yoga mat. Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm telling the body, oh my God, there is an attack going. We need to be responding. No time to rest, no time to restore. Get active and defend. Yeah. And we're getting that without any trigger. So let me share one study because it's extremely relevant to what's going on with coronavirus. About 20 years ago, Wim Hof said, when I do this, I don't get sick. And he allowed to get injected by a bacteria called E. coli, which is a non-dangerous bacteria. It's a dead bacteria that goes into your blood, but that triggers vomiting, shivering, all this immune response that I talk about. And he got no reaction, no symptom, nothing. They injected his blood, no reaction, nothing. So he was able not only to do that through the mind, but he managed to change his blood, being able to physically, physiologically, biologically bypass the primary immune response, damper that immune response. Okay. But what's mind-blowing is he said, you know what, I'm not superhuman. What I do, everybody can do. And this is how he proved it. He told 12 candidates selected by a hospital, actually 24, 12 stayed home as a control group, 12 he trained in Poland. And I did the same training, 3 pillars, breath work with the breathing technique, kind of the breathing technique we will do today, ice exposure, swimming. I just had an ice bath 15 minutes ago. Oh, I feel amazing. I do that every day. And we were doing crazy stuff in the snow, going for 2 hours trek without shoes and sleeping in the snow. I mean, having a lot of fun. And we were having fun, having a good time. Let me make just one pause. The key to longevity, the number one factor to longevity, and this is studied and published, is having a good time and strong connection in your life. Forget what you eat, forget breath work and meditation. No. Cultivate beautiful, deep connection in your life. Be able to share what's going on in your life. They have that, they study villages in China, in Italy, where everybody lives to 120 years old. And their secret, besides drinking wine, smoking cigarettes, and eating meat, they laugh. They share what's going on in their life with their family and their friends, and they're supported. They're not isolating themselves. And what are we doing right now? We isolate ourselves. Yeah, look at the world. Look at the world, what's going on. Do you think people care for each other? Do you think the government cares for you? Come on. We build Europe. And what's going on? As soon as there is a problem, okay, I'm protecting my borders, Italy, France back, I'm closing my... No one cares about you. No one cares about you. Get that in your head. No one cares about you. I don't care about you. I care about myself. And that's exactly what you should be doing. You take care of yourself. When I take care of myself, I take care of the world. If I take care of myself, the world will be fine. But I'm not telling you that I care about you and because that's the bullshit the government is serving people. The sooner you understand that, the sooner you're going to take care and be empowered with your own health and your own wellness, and you will be having a reality check with yourself. But because I can take care of myself, of course I'm mindful of my interaction. Of course I'm an environmentalist. Of course I eat great things, because I realize that whatever I give, whatever I send, I get it back 100 times. The more you give, the more you receive in ways you don't expect. Yeah, that's why collecting connection is important, not for any other reason. All right, back to my Wim Hof experiment. After 3 days of training, they climbed Śnieżka, the highest mountain in Poland. Yeah, it's minus 26 degrees at the summit. It's not fun. And what did they see at the summit, these guys? The 12 guys that climbed without any clothes, just underwear, the mountain. They saw the special forces from Czech Republic patrolling. And the guys had heavy weapons and checking for immigrants. And what the special forces saw? 12 hippies, woohoo, dancing in their underwear, say, yeah, good for you. It was good equipment. We don't need any of it. So Wim Hof said, okay, they're ready. Brought them back in the hospital. Again, 12 people he didn't train in a room. 12 people he trained in another room. And everybody got injected with E. coli. The people he didn't train, sick like hell within minutes. The people he trained, no symptom, nothing. 3 days, 4 days of training, no symptom. Yeah, because that's what happened. I do my breathing technique, 10 rounds of these breathing techniques that we will do today. I activate myself. I bypass the first line of defense, sending the signal to the body, hey, we've got an infection coming. Let's get ready. And then the body is just checking and doing a scan. Where is this infection coming? And when you inject me, I'm ready. I'm able to tackle the virus at the early stage. As soon as you have any symptom of anything that is wrong with you, lay down, do your breathing. You do that, you don't get sick anymore. Anything, you don't get sick anymore because you're able to activate yourself before the autoimmune response. The second one, we just hold our breath. And that's magical. That's magical. When so you inhale. I'm not exhaling fully. I'm just having a relaxed exhale, and now I'm holding my breath. And I'm going to do that for a long time. Yeah, at the beginning, you think, oh my God, I cannot do more than 30 seconds. After 20 minutes, you're going to be holding your breath for 2 minutes or 3 minutes. All of you. Because your urge to breathe is related to your level of CO2. You decrease your CO2 level, you prolong your breath hold because you don't get the signal that I need to breathe. It's all science. It's all, you're just hacking your body right now. You're just hacking your body. But the breath hold has an incredible effect on your body. Yeah. There is a concept called hormesis. Hormesis, Hormesis. What hormesis is injecting. They did a study at the beginning of the century where they injected yeast with a disinfectant. If you put a lot of the disinfectant, you kill the yeast. But when you put a little bit of disinfectant, you grow the yeast. Hormesis is a theory that when you put stress and pressure on a system a little bit, you actually reinforce it. That's how you boost your immune system. You boost your immune system by actually stressing it. Yeah. So this breath hold on the exhale, where all of a sudden I don't have any more exchange of oxygen and CO2, allows your body to do a break and a reset. Now, what's happening inside my veins? What's happening inside my body? Now, my oxygen level is dropping. Woo! You can see we can buy an oximeter and measure your saturation. It's pretty incredible. And then my CO2 goes back up. So, woo! Yeah. And again, you will find a tingling sensation. What's going to happen? You're getting for yourself the most incredible cardiovascular massage you can get. Yeah. Number one of cause of death in the world is cancer, acidic environment, stress, pollution, bad habits. Okay, already we tackled it with the first. Number two, cardiovascular disease. All right, second cause of death we deal. You want to know the third cause of death in the world? Medicine. Yeah. So that's what we're talking about. Yeah. So now we're holding our breath on the exhale. After a while, you will feel that you need to breathe. Your heartbeat is going to go up. You're going to get signals of sympathetic nervous system again. Oh my God, you're going to die here. Just breathe. Okay. And here is a really, really cool trick. You're not going to breathe because you're going to hack yourself. You're going to send signals to the body that you're fine. And here is how it works. What's happening when you're stressed? Yeah. When you're stressed, you cannot sleep at night. You're not hungry. You don't go to the toilet. Different people, different reaction. But you don't feel like making love. Yeah. So what I'm doing now that I'm stressed, I'm sending the signal to the body that's the right time to do all these things. How? I'm going to be smiling. I'm happy. Yeah. I'm going to move my eyelids. That's what happened. You see that in cartoons when you're in love. So I'm going to move my eyelids. I'm going to swallow as if I was eating. I'm going to move my belly. I'm going to move my fingers and move my toes. When I do all these things, I'm sending signal to the body that I'm restoring myself. But it's not true. I'm in stress. I'm not breathing. But all of a sudden, the body is getting another message. And you know what the result is? The sympathetic nervous system goes down. The parasympathetic system goes up. And you can hold your breath longer. That's the secret of people who do deep breath hold. They are able to trigger themselves, to be able to watch themselves. Of course, who cares about holding their breath? This is something you use every time you're stressed, every time you feel under pressure. Every day I go in an ice bath, and when I'm in the ice bath, my whole body says, "Wow, get out of here." And I do exactly that, and within seconds, I'm relaxed. When I'm on the phone with someone who's abusing me for any reason or attacking me, that's what I do. And I'm okay within seconds. I'm rebalancing the nervous system. Okay? So this is a cool thing because you're training yourself to do that. The secret of life, the secret of being good at anything in life is daily practice. That's it. You want to be good at something, just practice every day. That's how you look at your life, what you're good at. How did you become good at it? Just hard work and daily practice. This is no different. You do this every day, stress is gone. I don't understand what stress is unless I decide it. So you're empowered with that. Stress becomes a tool, but that's all it is. It's not something that is coming from the outside world. And I love the test that we're experiencing right now because, hey, cool. I can go out, I can hug people, and I can witness myself saying, hey, am I going to get sick? And all the noise that we hear and all the people that tell you to not connect, Eventually, you want to breathe. And now you're going to do Dr. Joe Dispenza's work that gets in. So here is the theory, and I'm sure it will resonate. Negative emotions, anger, resentment, fear, frustration is located here. Yeah, I feel it in my guts. This is, I feel it. I'm angry. And when you feel where is anger, it's always in your guts. It's always in your belly. So what we do now on the inhale, we're going to move this energy. We're going to release these stored negative emotions. We're going to move them up to our heart and to our pineal gland, third eye, and we're just going to be able to consciously decide that we're going to liberate ourselves from these vibrations and these emotions. So you can virtually, physically move these energies up and release them. So when you're stuck with something, whatever that is, this is how you move it. And we have one incredible tool. It's called the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve, vagus means wandering. It's a wandering nerve that goes through all your organs. And it starts at your perineal, that muscle between your genital and your anus. So when I do this inhale, I actually press it, but you can just contract it. And when you contract it, and then you contract your abs, and you contract your lower back, and you contract your glutes, and you just move that energy up and physically visualize it moving it up as you just take an inhale through the nose. So inhaling through the nose and moving it up, moving it up, moving it up. And now I have this energy that is stored up in parts, and I'm gonna maintain this tension in the upper part of the body with my fist and my abs, my glutes, and after a while, I'm gonna relax the body, but I'm gonna keep the breath hold. I'm gonna hold my breath now on the inhale and relax the body for a bit. And then after that, I'm going to guide you and ask you to exhale this time through the mouth, but I'm going to ask you to exhale with teeth closed. Why? Because I want you to prolong the breath, the exhale. Yeah, I want you to go into more, to prolong the parasympathetic activation. Okay? And it's like a balloon that you're emptying very slowly. You let the air out. And then after that, I'm going to tell you, hey, do another contraction, more lactic acid that you eliminate. And then you are taking a normal inhale, exhale. You will take a break of 2 minutes now. For 2 minutes, between the two rounds, you're going to take 2 minutes, breathing slowly through the nose and doing nothing. Doing nothing. And this is the secret of how you become happy. Happiness is a release of hormones. Yeah. And how do you release those hormones? Now think in your life, last time you had a big stress, whatever that is, a deadline, constraints, and you lost your wallet, and then the constraints goes away. You hit the deadline, and you finish the exam, you find your wallet, you are happy. Yeah. You're happy because you experienced that stress before. Euphoria happens after dysphoria. So what I have done during this breathing technique with this controlled hyperventilation, this breath hold, is I'm stressing the body. I'm stressing myself. And when I stress myself like that, after that, I allow myself to enjoy for 2 minutes. And this is amazing. This is where you leave all these breathing sessions saying, oh my God, I feel so light, I feel so happy. Yeah, you produce the hormones of it just by having this moment of pure relaxation. Yeah, so that's one round of the breathing technique. So the challenge is to not get into your head when you're doing this, because it's hard to shut down the noise in your head. All the things, even right now, maybe where you're listening to me and there are 6, 7 things that are coming to your head at the same time. The challenge is to be able to find the focus. Understand? What you're doing is you're focusing on a specific part of your body that needs attention, and you focus on that and you just stay there. So for instance, let's say I have lower back pain. That's where I'm going to put my attention. I'm going to be there and I'm going to breathe, and all my love and all my attention is on there. And when I do that, I focus on the body. Again, I stay out of my head. Yeah. And that's also how you can heal specific part of the body. Send love and care to the part of the body that needs it. And you move this, and you have, you know, this is amazing what it does to you. Of course, the body is the barometer of the soul. So whatever the body is experiencing, there is, of course, an emotional relation to it. So as soon as you're going to connect with your body, you know what you're going to do? You're going to listen. And when you start listening to the body, things go away. I believe that the coronavirus is to the world what cancer is to the body, a messenger. You can decide to treat the cancer, the symptom of the cancer, and then next year you have another cancer. Or you go to the root of the cancer, you understand the reason for it, and then you're going to be cancer-free. But you have to go to the root. And it's exactly the same. We can decide to find a vaccine and kill this thing that is not even alive, this virus, and then we are just missing the point. And then the next thing is going to get us. Or we go to the root, the message, what is the coronavirus pointing to, what is wrong with our society, with our lifestyle, with everything that we do. And then when we start listening, life will work. It works at an individual level, at a relationship level. It works at the world level. Same. It's all the same. You know, if you want to understand how the world works, study the body. It's exactly the same. Okay, so that's one round. We're going to do 4 rounds of that. At the end of the 4 rounds, I'm going to guide you through a powerful visualization practice, something that I do every day. You have 2 options, not 3, 2 options. Either your environment defines your personality, or you create your own reality. When you create your own reality, you shift your personality. You can be whoever you want. You can have the personality you want. All you need to do is craft, design your personality. And when you do that through these moments of pause, through breath work, through visualization, you are creating space within yourself to envision a different future. Otherwise, you're just going to do again and again the same things. If you want to shift something, you need to create space for it. And that's exactly what we're doing. But don't waste it on moving on with your ice bath or your yoga practice. No, enjoy when you've done these 4 rounds of breathing. Enjoy the space that you've created to design that. And the beauty of it is the more you're going to do it, the deeper you're going to go into it. The yogis believe that we are born with a set number of breaths. Up to you how long you want to live. Breathe through your belly to have a longer life. And second one, the brain is using 25% oxygen of the body. So if you want to prolong your breath hold, shut the noise in the monkey brain, enter the reptilian brain.